Many people will tell you that transparency from those in authority is the exception rather than the rule. For our next inductee, he made transparency the top rule. He was born in Guaynabo, Puerto Rico in 1950, studied law, and opened a private practice in San Juan. His first brush with boxing was in the early 1980s when he served as the legal representative for then world champion Wilfredo Gomez. He negotiated contracts with Florida Boxing Hall of Famer promoter Don King. He maintained a growing interest in boxing, but it wasn't until the World Boxing Organization was founded in 1988 that he made his next significant step. With the WBO being headquartered in Puerto Rico, he joined the organization as a member and quickly grew within its ranks. In 1996, he was named president to succeed the late great former boxing champion, Jose Torres. Since taking over the reins, he's had two primary goals: safety of boxers and allowing bouts to unify with WBO champions and champions of the other organization. In 2005, he led the way to establish rules that areas of the United States which do not comply with mandatory medical requirements would not be eligible to host world title fights. Another notable accomplishment under his leadership, the WBO Kids Drug-Free Program, in which funds are raised and distributed around the world to help keep kids staying in school and in the gym. He's also been instrumental in recruiting world champions to participate in the Kids Drug-Free Program. He's greatly admired for his leadership and honesty, and every year he invites the fans and the media to attend the WBO annual convention, where all issues are discussed in the open. There is nothing discussed behind closed doors. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame Class of 2015 WBO President Francisco Paco Valcarcel. President Valcarcel was not able to be with us today, but accepting in his place, please welcome longtime boxing judge and 2013 Florida Boxing Hall of Fame inductee, Michael Pernick.
Wow. It's good to be back at the Hall of Fame. Happy Father's Day. It's great to be, for everybody here, to be, when you're honored by your peers, there is nothing better. To see old friends like Jimmy and Harold, congratulations. There's somebody else out there. We talked about Benny Kid Perret. We happen to have the author, the historian who wrote the book, 9-10 and You're Out, the story of Emil Griffith and Benny Kid Perret, Ron Ross, former Hall of Famer. Let me tell you a little about this guy here. If you've seen him in the ring with this smile comes from his heart. When Jimmy said earlier, being in the right place at the right time, my whole career, my whole life, I can contribute a lot of that. But when I met this man was in 1996 when he took over as president of the WBO. And he's a unique guy. He's a unique businessman, criminal attorney, highly respected in Puerto Rico, highly respected all over the world. He took the WBO from a smaller organization, personally went all around the world, to England, to Germany. He opened up China. He would, at the convention, I can remember maybe 15 years ago, he had a group of people from China. Nobody had boxing in China then. He invited them every year because he had a vision that this market's going to open up. And if you've seen some of the fights that Bob Arum and Top Rank have put on in China, and I happen to be lucky enough to judge some of those, Pacquiao and a few others, I mean, it's a tremendous thing. The heart that this guy has, the dignity that he has, and the personality is so unique. What he's brought to boxing, what he's done for Florida. Is Tutico here? Tutico Zabala? What he's done with Tutico, with All-Star Boxing, I don't know, hundreds of titles have been brought because of you and Paco. And he's had several conventions in Florida, maybe that I know of 5 or 6. And he's coming back here in October in Orlando, and you're all welcome to come. But let me tell you something. I have never met anybody in my life like this guy. He makes everybody feel like he's their best friend. He's got a golden smile, and he's a golden guy, and this is well-deserved. So on behalf of the WBO and Francisco Paco Valcarcel, thank you to the Hall of Fame, to everybody, to Butch, to Kathy. And I want to just say one thing about this guy here. This guy here, when I first met him, was one of the most shy guys, Mike Ross, that I've ever met. In fact, I know he's told me on many occasions he has difficulty in front of groups. Well, you didn't have difficulty today. And I can't tell you how proud I am to see a fellow judge get up here and work his way from the bottom to the top. And he's a great judge, and he's a great guy. And I really appreciate the Hall recognizing officials like Alex over there, and some Don, and so many, and Rick. So thanks again. And I appreciate it. And Paco couldn't be here. He's cruising with his family, but he sends his regards. Thank you.